Live in Western Oregon, this is NBC 16 News at 5.
The federal Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses has run dry, leaving the many small businesses looking for other options to make ends meet. Good evening and thanks for joining us for NBC 16 at 5. I'm Alan Matthews. New tonight, there's now a local and free resource available for small businesses to use. It's called the Oregon Small Business Development Center, hosted by Lane Community College. Experts help connect small businesses with various loans on a federal, state, and local level. They also help small businesses work with landlords on payments and other efforts aiming to help the businesses stay afloat. Staff work closely with the Small Business Administration to understand the rapidly changing assistance programs.
Businesses that didn't have a good relationship with their bank or didn't have a relationship with somebody that could help them like us, they find themselves, waiting, sort of figuring this out, figuring out what to do, and then by the time they're ready to apply, the funds are already used up.
Small business owners in line for the PPP loan could eventually see funds if more money is approved by the Trump administration. If you're a small business owner and would like more information on how to get help from the Oregon Small Business Development Center, visit our website at NBC16.com. Oregon is nearing the 1,800 mark in coronavirus cases. Oregon Health Authority announced 49 new cases and 6 more deaths, bringing the death toll to 70. 2 deaths were in Marion County, another 2 in Lynn County, and 1 each in Multnomah and Clackamas counties. Washington, Multnomah, and Marion counties have the bulk of coronavirus cases with over 1,100 cases and 47 deaths total. Now we take a look at our region as Benton County stands at 27 cases, including 4 deaths. Lynn County added 3 cases. They have 57 cases, including 6 deaths now. Here in Lane County, we are standing at 46 cases and 1 suspected death. Deschutes County added 2 cases and has the most cases in our region with 61. Douglas County has 23 cases. There is only 1 case in Coos County. In today's daily coronavirus briefing, health officials say the county needs more days with no cases before getting comfortable. Lane County Public Health spokesperson Jason Davis says because of the time it takes to get sick and then tested, announced cases usually don't reflect when the person contracts coronavirus. Until there are multiple days of no cases reported, health officials can't announce the county started to flatten the curve. Eugene Mayor Lucy Vinnis urges residents to stand up against hate.
Our city will not tolerate the current crisis being used as a cover for acts of hate or discrimination in our community. If you or someone you know witnesses an act of discrimination, bias, or hate, please report it immediately through our website.
While it's not clear whether or not there have been reported hate crimes, Mayor Vinnis asked the community to call out any hate they do see. To report anything, Mayor Vinnis urges people to the Human Rights and Neighborhood Involvement Office. There is a phone number as well. We have those resources linked on our website at NBC16.com. Coos Health and Wellness reports 8 employees and 3 inmates have tested negative for coronavirus. 1 result is pending following the transfer of an inmate at Shutter Creek Correctional Institution. Again, that's Coos County's first and only positive case. Officials say they've completed their investigation process on a video conference.
We have spoken to all of the employees out there who are now monitoring themselves for symptoms and have been advised to call us immediately should something pop up. They have also been directed to their primary care doctor for testing if they are asymptomatic.
Vineyard says the pending result involves an employee who was not showing symptoms but requested testing. In a written statement, the Department of Corrections says the Shutter Creek population is under quarantine for 2 weeks following last week's positive test result. The quarantine is in place until Monday, April 20th. As of last Tuesday, no individuals have been transferred into the Shutter Creek Correctional Facility. The Douglas Forest Protective Association says the 2 fires in the Yoncalla area yesterday may have been caused by an escaped burn and a rekindled slash burn. The fires were east of Rice Hill near Elkhead Road and west of Yoncalla near Hayhurst Road. Crews worked overnight and throughout the day to fight and clean up the fires. The DFPA says the Elkhead Road fire may be related to an escaped burn, while the Hayhurst fire started because of a rekindled slash burn that happened during the winter.
The Elkhead Road fire held just fine overnight. reports out there sound like everything's looking really good. The Hayhurst Road fire, this morning they were finishing up getting hose lays installed around the fire so they could start getting water plumbed into that and cooling off some of those hot spots.
Reed said it was fortunate these fires happened in April rather than during the summer.
If these fires would have happened, in July or August, this would have been probably a completely different story. But the conditions are a little bit drier, but we're not where we are in summertime, and that's really the difference between now and then.
Reed says despite the close proximity of the two fires, they are not related. The DFPA is issuing a reminder, if possible, to refrain from burning on your property. Well, we turn to our first look at weather. NBC 16's Heather Melendez now joins us. A dry day yesterday, another dry day today. We could really use some rainfall.
And we are, Alan, as we start to head into the weekend. But for the most part today, we are seeing another beautiful day, seeing some clear skies. Most of western Oregon seeing temperatures in the 70s, although if you are on the coast, you're getting a beautiful sea breeze and you'll see 50-degree weather. But right now, we're just seeing clear skies. That cloud coverage out in the Pacific will start to move on eastward, allowing us to really warm up for those lows. So for tonight, we're seeing some lows in the 40 along the I-5 corridor and a little bit warmer out in North Bend. But with that said, as Alan mentioned, today we are dry. Heading into our Saturday, we do have a chance of seeing some moisture. All that vapor from those clouds will allow us to see some clear and beautiful, great quality for tomorrow if you plan on heading out. But today was 70 degrees and we are cooling back down into the upper 50s. I'll let you know what to expect in my full weather forecast.
All right, thanks a lot, Heather. Well, a man is now arrested in a deadly hit and run that happened back on January 15th in Roseburg. Douglas County Sheriff's Office say 53-year-old Hedge James Jarvis of Winchester struck 46-year-old Stephen Bruce Galindo of Roseburg. Jarvis was charged with a Class B felony and has been placed in Douglas County Jail for failure to perform the duties of a driver to an injured person. A Corvallis nonprofit that helps families fight hunger is having a hard time getting food to serve a growing need in the community. Starker Arts Garden for Education, or SAGE, is a learning garden that helps feed families in need. SAGE grows more than 11,000 pounds of produce a year and are planting more food to get fresh meals on the table for families. But it's been harder for food services. They work to get food out because they're losing workers due to the coronavirus concerns. The concerns over possible contamination has pushed SAGE employees to ramp up precautions to ensure food safety. They've started wrapping packages of food individually so fewer hands touch the produce.
We have carrots and radishes and potatoes and tomatoes, and it just needs a little bit of time. And I would say that's the part that would make me feel a little nervous, is just knowing that people are hungry right now and food takes time to grow.
They fill an important niche of getting fresh produce to people in the community. The workforce at their top distributor, South Corvallis Food Bank, has been reduced. This makes it even harder to get the food out. As volunteers at Sage Farm decline, they're looking to hire staff back to help with orders. If you want to help, you can donate to help pay for more staff and resources such as PPE. The Eugene Mission has added new services to meet the needs of unhoused community members sheltering in the Eugene area during the pandemic. Eugene Mission has 2 vans and about 10 guests turned volunteers handing out essential needs. Although no one was asked to leave the mission, some decided to shelter elsewhere, but the couple hundred that are staying at the mission have been stepping up to give back.
And also just recently, with the mobile team, they are out and serving other unhoused individuals. And we just love to see that sense of camaraderie, that involvement and engagement, and it is such an encouragement.
Balthrop says the community has also been helping out in donating essential goods. Currently, the mission is in need of basic essentials such as toothpaste, water, hand sanitizer, and cargo shorts for men. The coronavirus pandemic and stay-at-home orders have placed extra pressure on foster families in Lane County. An agency called Every Child Lane County has put together a new program called My Neighbor to help out more than 1,100 children in foster care in the county. 4 area churches in Eugene Springfield have volunteered to be collection points for donations. Leaders say the community has really stepped up.
Yeah, diapers and wipes and toilet paper. There has been food needs. We have had a couple parents say that they are sick. We don't know what they have, but and have just needed some grocery items.
Wall tells us 35 foster families have registered to receive help through the My Neighbor program. More than 4,100 items have been donated in just the first 3 weeks of this project. Springfield School District is providing 12 school buses with Wi-Fi access for students to complete distant learning assignments. It's something the buses never had before and something school officials may keep when the pandemic is finally over. School officials say most of the locations will be school parking lots, which will have signs to point out the exact spots. Going from classrooms to distant learning has been quite the journey so far for students and staff. Officials say this is just one step to make things easier.
We will deploy these buses every morning, and they'll be on site at 8 o'clock, and then at 6 o'clock at night we'll go back out. We'll pick up the school buses, we'll bring them back to the central transportation center and be able to recharge the buses for the next morning.
Yancey says the new Wi-Fi is 100% filtered and Child Protection Act approved for the wireless environment. The Eugene School District office parking lot turned into a traffic jam for a great cause. Drivers arrived to donate huge amounts of food and other essential items in a special donation drive. District employees and volunteers were there to accept the donations from 11 this morning to 12:30. 4J School Board Chair Anne Marie Levis says food has been the most common donation, but other items were also dropped off.
Cleaning supplies, laundry soap. So many of our families have really run out of everything. They've never had to ask for anything before, and so they're coming to our schools.
District officials say 1 out of 8 students in 4J have a parent who has lost a job. If you missed the chance to donate today, the 4J volunteers will do it again next Friday on the 24th, again from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the District Administration Center off Monroe Street.